Good morning. If you're new to the channel, my name's Glenn. I'm driving across America on Route 66 from Chicago all the way out to California. I'm making videos along the way of interesting sights and people and things that I encounter and sharing them on YouTube and Facebook. This morning I'm starting from Springfield, Illinois. I'm going to be continuing west through Kansas into Oklahoma. My motto is I have no itinerary, I have no schedule. My only plan is to drive and keep my eyes open and see and experience everything I can and hopefully record it. So I never know how far I'm going to get or what I'm going to see or do in any given day. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying these. Like I say, I am new to this whole video and content thing. So if you have suggestions, please feel free to share them. Saw a very old sign from Route 66 Motor Court. And apparently this is for sale. It is time for my stupid moment this morning. It makes absolutely no difference to the car, I am sure. But I am putting in my first official fill-up at a Phillips 66 gas station. I know, right? Now we're getting to the parts of 66 that I really was hoping to find. So this is the Sinclair station in Everton, Missouri. We're pretty close to the Kansas line. There we go. I love when people put up signs like this. That way I can make sure folks watching this get the correct information. And the old Sinclair station sign is still up. They've got quite a bit here. Classic old GM tank truck. Some old farm equipment. Okay, and this is Larry, the 1928 International 6-Speed Special. Guess no visit to the Ozarks would be complete without seeing a good old-fashioned outhouse. An old Dodge truck. Kind of interesting how everybody used to have their own, special looking pump for their brand. Nowadays it's all generic. And this is a, Lord knows what, an old police car. And it looks like a small area from the highway, but actually this goes back quite a way. Okay, now that is a beautiful old Ford. I would keep that under the awning if I owned it too.
When I get him on the phone. Okay, I cut that breaker back off, so you'd have to cut it back on if you wanted. I got you. Anyway, I'll tag Joe as soon as I can. All right, bye-bye.
Okay. I'm fixing to get on down the road here. This has been a beautiful stop. And this is what I'm talking about. My first official big Route 66. And it's right across from that Sinclair station here in southern Missouri. And remember, get your kicks on 66. One thing that has popped into my head so far in this part of the country is there was a book and a film called The Bridges of Madison County. Heck, somebody needs to come out and do the bridges of Route 66. They are some grand old bridges that are still here, still around, and still quite functional. I do have to say, these old bridges definitely have a lot more appeal to me than the concrete things that they throw up now. And another old classic gas station in Spencer, Missouri. $12 cents and 14 cents for gas. Some really nice looking old gas pumps. So the question is, I'm seeing the word ethyl all the time, and I'm not sure what ethyl is supposed to mean, or why they didn't say, you know, regular and premium back then. So that's one of those questions. But every pump I've seen, every old gas pump, you know, one of them says ethyl. So something to research. Update from Route 66. If you have the passport book and you're looking to get it stamped in Carthage, Missouri, nothing shows up with that address, and it doesn't actually specify where it's getting stamped. So I just found out that the organization that originally did it is no longer doing it, and the process has been taken over by the Carthage Chamber of Commerce. That's at 402 South Garrison. So they have the stamp and all the fun stuff and information in here. That's where you get it stamped. This next thing is not very PC, but it is humorous the way it is presented. So Carthage, Missouri. This is known as the tire changing woman. And there's the guy's truck, and there she is changing the flat. And the caption says, "It ain't no wonder his wives left him." More unexpected sights that are just, you notice driving. So Carthage, Missouri still. This is the Carthage Courthouse. And right here on the same road, an old abandoned DeSoto Plymouth. Okay, heading out of Carthage, Missouri, I noticed the 66 Drive-In. So it's apparently still in business. They are such a blast from the past. So this is the Route 66 Memorial and Heroes Museum. It is not open. I wish it was, because I would love to see more of it. Okay. And this is just not military. It is first responders, men, women. And this is the Freedom Monuments. They got some commemorations down there. Have made it to Cartersville, Missouri, along Route 66. And one of the really fun parts about being a little early and walking around, killing a few minutes, is you come across priceless things like a beautiful, very well maintained old Ford Fairlane. So the 66 passport says this place opens at noon. Didn't really look like that was going to happen, and so I googled it and they're saying 4 o'clock. So I'm guessing they're not going to open here. so I'm just going to move on down the road and get to the next place. Have made it to the town of Joplin, Missouri. I'm getting close to the place where I'm going to get my passport stamped, and made the turn and saw this, and the lower pick on this is a little bit more inclusive, but I love how they have the vet sitting there. And that is actually, I thought somebody was parked there, but that is actually a half a car body that is worked into the art piece there. Very clever, very creative. Okay, we're in Joplin, Missouri, and this is the building where the visitors and tourism place is, where you get your passport stamped. And there's obviously a lot going on in this building. So the place you want to go to get your passport stamped is over here, through this door here, the Convention and Visitors Bureau. And these folks are very friendly, very helpful, have lots of information that they'd love to share. And found out that I am really close to where Bonnie and Clyde had their infamous shootout. So after I leave here, I am going to go find that place, the garage where that happened. She gave me some directions to it, and also told me about a place called Fred and Red's, little local eatery that has genuine Joplin specialties and unique things unique to the area. They have this really nice picture here, Joplin at the turn of the century. But again, just another really nice place filled with nice folks with lots of really good information to help make the trip even more interesting than I had planned. And the more of these places I stop at and the more people I talk to, the more I will continue to reinforce the idea of I've got no schedule, I have no reservations. I get in the car, I drive, I talk to people, I stop, I film. And then when I get tired, I find a motel. Okay, let's go find Bonnie and Clyde. We have found it. The Bonnie and Clyde garage apartment where the famous shootout happened. Into Kansas now on Route 66, and they have put a line in the road. One sign is Missouri 66, got the line, the other side is Kansas 66. And right here at the state line is of course the state line Hogs and Hot Rod Saloon. Here's the Route 66 Cruisers. And some of these guys might look a little familiar. Kansas also has beautiful historic Route 66 signs. Route 66 is only about 16 miles in Kansas. Okay, so So this is Gearhead Curios on 66 in Kansas. And this is where we get our passport stamped. What I'm loving so far about these cars here in Kansas, it's the Hudson. And these are like vintage cars. And right next to the car is another one of those vintage gravity feed gas pumps running the traditional Texaco Sky Chief gasoline.
All right, tell me when.
Go ahead.
All right, so this is a very unique bathroom. We have a pink mid-century toilet,
Okay.
pink and white checkerboard floor. We have Model A hood sides. So these are 1934 hood sides. Our urinal is a powder-coated funnel. We're going to mount those so people know where to put their feet. The gas pedal is the flush pedal. When you flush it or rev up the gas, it's going to go through the copper line into the Texaco oil can, out the spout into a hose, into the funnel, so it looks like you're pouring oil into it. Brass gas pump nozzle, oil drain pan. We've heated and bent wrenches for our bracketry. My 58 Ford, which is a car I was driving the day I found this, donated a radiator for the mirror. Outside we have a big boy statue. The tires that the big boy is holding are the tires that were on this car the day I found the place. 59 Ford valve cover. I'm not sure what, but it's an air cleaner cover. And then over on this wall we have 1930s style headlight buckets for lights.
And we got an old horn there too.
So, okay, so there's more story I guess with this. We're gonna have t-shirts with the urinal on it.
Okay.
And a lady said that, what if I hit the funnel, can I get a t-shirt too? So we're actually going to build a dispenser with sheebies, which is a little funnel device for women to stand and pee. Then a traveler last week said, well, if I stand and use a urinal, I want to honk a horn or ring a bell. So we have a horn for the ladies to honk after they stand and use the urinal.
Go ahead.
So we're at Gearhead Curios in front of the tag flag. 169 Kansas license plates. And we're on video, so I'm going to do something that I've not done. I normally spin the phone around, so I'm going to see if I can... You see me, and you see the flag. Woohoo! And we're back to your owner.
And Aaron was telling me the tires that he is holding right there, those are the tires that were on his car the day he saw this place and bought it. As I backed out, I just saw another amazing wall mural on Route 66 in Galena, Kansas. Getting ready to head towards Oklahoma now. But I am in Commerce, Oklahoma, and it has the distinction of being the home of Mickey Mantle. This is another old abandoned filling station featuring the regular and ethyl pumps along Route 66 here in Commerce, Oklahoma. And it is directly adjacent to the Dairy King, which is a old Marathon gas station. What can I say, when you're driving down the road and you see a sign like that, you just have to hit your brakes and take a left and go see it.
French or something. I don't know why.
Nope, regular English.
Hard to speak sometimes.
Also in Miami, over by the high school, is the Mickey Mantle statue. Coming up to the Mickey Mantle statue, and what's written underneath, a little bit hard to see, is a great teammate. Okay, Miami, Oklahoma. This is where you get your passport stamped at the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Hey, I'm in Miami, Oklahoma, and have just been informed about the Coleman Theater. So, got my passport stamped, and the lady is extremely helpful. So let's go in and look at the Coleman Theater.
Opened in 1929, in April of 1929. It was a vaudeville house, then it was a silent movie house, and it's a motion picture house. And now we're a live performance. We do concerts here. We do shows, plays. We have beauty pageants. We have city meetings. It's city owned. Right. So we do all kinds of things. Funerals, weddings.
Is that the original organ?
It is the original organ, and that's the original backdrop from opening night.
Okay. That is beautiful. What do we say? Walk a little bit further when you're sightseeing, especially along 66. Otherwise, you will just miss a whole lot.
And it hung for about 8 years, and then the electrician, it cranks down so you can change all the light bulbs and clean everything. So about 8 years into it, he cranked it down and found that the wire rope that they had put it on was frayed to about the size of a quarter.
Ooh.
So he took it down, he took all the crystals, he took all the light bulbs, he put the chandelier somewhere, didn't tell anybody where it was. He became ill, he passed away.
And that's a 1-ton chandelier.
1-ton chandelier.
Oh, Lord. Just outside of Miami, Oklahoma, and what we're looking at is a section of the original pavement on Route 66 is still in place and in use. Having dinner at a place called the Otter's Cove, Miami, Oklahoma. Dinner was amazing. It's an understatement. We also have a small gift shop over here. Unfortunately, if I do one more coffee cup or t-shirt, I'm probably going to get shot. So I'm going to have to pass that up. But I did get dessert. Best peach cobbler I've had, God, I want to say in 10 years. And the fence around the parking lot at Otter Cove is, of course, covered with murals that I would be incredibly remiss if I did not capture them. And if you've been wondering what I have been saying the name of this town is, it is right here on the fence. So just to prove I have not lost my mind. Miami, Oklahoma. The Otter Cove. It's Wednesday night. I'm in a motel in Miami, Oklahoma. I know you're going to look at it in the video and say, that's Miami. No, it's Miami. I was corrected on that and explained that is how they pronounce it here. It's not like Florida. So, had a very good day. Lots of good things, lots of good finds. Had an amazing dinner. Again, my quest to sit there and avoid anything chains. Just find these little mom and pop places, these little, one and done places that serve amazing food, but will give your cardiologist conniption fits. That's what I'm doing, and I'm loving it. What the heck, right? What's the point to living to 100 if you don't enjoy it? You know, much rather do 70 and go out with a smile on my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the video together, get that uploaded for you, get a good night's sleep, and start fresh tomorrow morning going across Oklahoma. I've already threatened one time about singing going across the bridge with the Mississippi with my Clark Griswold. I am fighting the temptation to break into the song from the musical Oklahoma. I will not torture my viewers. I promise. You can't see it, but my fingers were crossed when I said that. I will see how I feel tomorrow and how inspired I am by the winds sweeping across the plains. And if I find a farm that says Anderson, you're getting the full verse. You're getting the full song. Anyway, have a great night. See you in the morning.